guys, what is up? It is Mark with Boozy and Bezeled, and I am coming to you again after a week hiatus, but life happens, and this is for fun, right? So, I am bringing to you today my first rye review. This will be really cool. I am very grateful to be able to pick up one of these bottles. It is the Michter Barrel Strength Rye that just dropped last month. It's been literally 2 years since the last drop, and the fact that I was able to score one, let's take that. So let's kick it off with my wrist check. I am wearing, actually, in one of my first videos, I had one of the shirts, but my buddy Jonathan, he owns this company called Brew Watches. They're really cool, based off of coffee, not beer. And he gets his inspiration from industrial designs relating to the espresso machines and just anything coffee related. It's really cool. They're a small microbrand based out of New Jersey, and they, they're definitely a different style than most people's watches. Most people see the round, the diver's bezel, the dress watch. These are all square, and they are on the smaller side, and they fit my very large wrist absolutely perfect. This is the Retromatic. The Retromatic actually has a very unique dial with a bunch of little holes in it, and it's the side of an espresso machine is actually the design for this, and it's really, really cool. It's got a Miota movement, workhorse movement, green dial, yellow seconds hand. I absolutely love this watch, and not only do I like this watch for the little details like that, the crown actually has a little coffee bean in it, but John is also a really cool guy. He's into cars. I get him into drinking beer and whiskey when he comes over. And he actually lives local to me, so even cooler. And we talk cars, watches, food, whatever. So definitely check them out. They have some other really cool ones. They just released the Technicolor again, and that sold out like that. It's a really cool watch. Just a cool brand in general. I'm very excited to see what they do in the future. And yeah, so that is that. I will leave actually a link down below to his website. Check it out. So yeah, like I was saying, this cool rye, the Barrel Strength Michters. Oh yeah. Full disclosure, I actually have not had Michters until I had this guy. So it's just like, hey, they make fantastic stuff. I can't really tell you as to why I never really picked one up in my collection, but then I got offered this bottle, and I had to pick it up. I just had to. Barrel strength. I'm a huge rye guy, and what more can you say about that? This has not been on the shelf for over 2 years. Michter's is known for taking hiatuses like that, and then they drop, and everyone just goes wild. Michter's is, a highly sought after brand when it comes to their rarer expressions. The barrel strength bourbon, the barrel strength rye, the 10-year-old, the 20-year-old, 25-year-old, forget it. Those are just some of their really very sought after limited expressions as well. And I would die to have any of those in my collection. I'm really hoping I can get my hands on 10-year-old. Hopefully I can get that soon. 20, 25 are definitely out of my price point for a very long time. But yeah, I'm hoping I can snag a 10-year-old this year. But yeah, so a little bit of the history behind Michter's. So they actually started in the 1700s by John Schenek. He was a Swiss Mennonite out of Pennsylvania. So Michter's actually started in Pennsylvania. They were not called Michter's at the time. It was 1700s, and John named it after himself, so it was Schenek Distillery. And he started it because he had excess rye on his farm, so he's like, let's turn this excess rye into some rye whiskey. It is Pennsylvania. They did, rye is their thing. And the distillery had, changes of tons of hands from the 1700s up into the 1900s, then obviously Prohibition just wrecked the entire American craft spirit industry. And they eventually went bankrupt, and then they were revived in the 1990s. And here we are today. They actually were moved out of Pennsylvania and the Valley Forge area to the Whiskey Row in Kentucky. So now they are officially part of a whiskey row. So when you do the whiskey row, you can hit these bad boys. Yeah. So obviously being single barrel strength, the proofs vary drastically between batches. Cool thing about Michters is with their barrel strength is they don't follow industry standards. Usually companies put in at like 120, 125. They only put it in at 103. So that's really, really low comparative to almost all other single barrel proof bottles. And Michters does that because they said that it actually has a better expression. And I mean, yeah. So they've been doing it, and it's great. They did not make their own whiskey up until 2015. They used to source it and bottle it under the Michter's name, so they were perfecting their way to make this juice, and they've done such that. So if you have not heard of Michter's, I think you should come out from under your rock. But no, so they have the American whiskey, they have the sour mash, they have the rye, then they have the straight bourbon. That's like their core expression. And then, like I said earlier, every once in a while they'll release this barrel strength bourbon, barrel strength rye, 10, 20, and 25-year-olds. And again, those are like finding gold. If you got one of those, I'm pretty sure the last 20-year-old that I saw online went for like $2,900. It's like Pappy hunting. So, good luck. A lot of the people that I actually saw when it came to this release had a lower proof. I'm quite grateful that I was able to end up with 114.4 proof. So it's a higher proof that I've seen. And this is barrel number 21B393, 57.2% alcohol. So it's right in that point that it's just going to be, you just know it's going to be amazing, right? I think 55 to 57 is like the sweet spot. I am a huge fan of 60s as well, and 63, and shit, I will drink 70, but 57, it's real good, especially in a rye. I think we should crack this guy open, huh? Thought I was gonna have my first cork snap. It's starting to break. I need to start. Who wants to come over and help me chug some bottles? Because I need to start. My top collection is pretty weak. I haven't finished a bottle, actually, in a long time. So I need to finish one because this is gonna snap soon. I'm chill on my rooftop. Gonna have some bourbon and rye and scotch. Do it up. So a little bit more about this guy. This is a non-age statement, so they don't really say what it is. And the MSRP is around $100. The price fluctuates. I've seen them as low as 80, and I've seen them as high as 250, 300. Actually, a place by me currently has one for sale for $325. Actually, they have 6 for sale for $325. They're gonna be sitting on those for a long time because this is a limited. It is a limited release, but it's not super low in numbers where, they don't only have 100 released. So a decent amount of places in New Jersey, and by me, got hit with this. All the big stores and even some of the smaller stores. So they're gonna have to, they're gonna be sitting on those for a while. $325. I wouldn't. $325. Whatever. So let's take a sip and dig in. Cheers. Oh yeah, that nose. I just love rye. It's so funny. When I first got into rye, my girlfriend's dad was actually the one that really had me get into rye. He had a gift bottle of an Adirondacks High Rye, and he's like, "Here, what? Try this. This seems off to me." Like, so we sat there and we're in the backyard sipping it, and I took that sip and it hit me, and I'm just like, wow, this is good. I like this. I can get behind this. And ever since then, I've been getting as many ryes as I could. I'm a huge rye is my guy. Like, yeah. Oh yeah, this nose is so nice. It's so sweet. It's not overly proofy, especially 114. This is not burning me. It's very light and delicate. Getting slight. I never really got the rye minty until actually this bottle. Not like toothpaste mint. Get that out of your head. I know if I told my girlfriend, oh yeah, this is hey Melissa, give this a shot. It has minty. She would kill me. It's very, you have the rye spice. It's very light. You get a little bit of charred oak to it. Yeah, but it's not very proofy. It's so delicate and light. It's at, for being 114, I would expect this to be, a little more hot in the nose. And the rye spices are just so perfect. All right, cheers. Just coat your mouth. The Arrival is fantastic. It's spicy, a little bit of vanilla. It's hot, ever so slightly though. It's not bad at all. The hot kind of fills, it fills your mouth with the hotness and very spicy. Definitely, it's like a spicy vanilla, and that makes up most of the flavor, and it is just so good. Does get slightly hotter as you drink it, and the finish is slightly, but slight mint, very light. As you chew on a little bit, spices really come out. Yeah, like a spicy vanilla, a little bit of oak, tiny bit of oak. Yeah, like a spicy vanilla. I didn't really think that was a thing, but that's what I'm getting. Well, and that mint is a little bit there, especially after you chew it, but the mouth feels amazing. It just coats your mouth in a nice heat. The mouth feels fantastic. Finish is long. It's a little bit oily, oaky. The vanilla exits slowly. Spice just comes back in. Spice real hangs out, and it's very warming. I mean, I got the spice just chilling, straight chilling right here. It's having a party. Pretty sure the spice is just looking for that after party right now. It's still here. It's still hanging out. Hey man, the after party's next door. Oh yeah, this is so good. The finish though, it's so long and warming and comforting. Definitely don't think I'd be sitting by the fireside drinking this on a hot summer day. I would be sipping this by the fireside in a cabin. Oh yeah. Cabin with some snow, maybe a polar bear trying to get in the house. Moose having a battle out in the front yard. Yeah. Definitely. And total random fact about Michter's and winter. Duh. George Washington. So, all right, this was obviously around during the Revolutionary War. This took place in, they're out of Valley Forge area. So during the Battle of it says during the Battle of Valley Forge, George Washington actually bought a ton of the rye specifically for soldiers to get through the winter, so they can sit there and just be drunk while battling the redcoats and keeping themselves warm. Because this is so warming. It's just so cozy, and I kind of want to just sit, I think I want to go to Iceland or something with this. Just chill on a glacier. Gotta be a polar bear though. Anyways, would I recommend this? Yes. I would recommend this. Now, like I said in the beginning of the video, I have not had any other Michters, so I can't talk about the standard rye. I'm actually going to pick up a standard rye this weekend, and I have to have it now. And I just got this and I'm sipping it down. This has definitely been my go-to rye bottle. This is a battle in between this and one of my other favorite ryes is the Midwinter's Dram from High West, and they're so different. And I'm trying to conserve my Midwinters, and I've been grabbing this lately instead. And yeah, so I definitely recommend it. I don't run out and pay $140, $150, $200 for this. You're just encouraging stores to charge that, and it's not the juice. I don't think the juice is worth that, but it is good. This is from my friends that have picked this up, and we've just had a nice discussion about this. They actually said that 2019 was significantly better. I unfortunately don't have the 2019 to try, so I can't speak as to the flavor profile differences, but this was good. When I first cracked it, I was slightly disappointed. You get that neck pour, that was disappointing, and it opened up beautifully, and I loved it. This makes me very interested to try the other expressions from Michter's. And if you guys have any leads on the 10-year-olds or the I can't even say 20-year-olds or the 25s, but if you guys have any leads on the 10-year-olds that aren't, I don't have to sell my my kidney or my liver. You wouldn't want it anyways, but let me know. Let me know down in the comments. And yeah, so I'm getting back to, I didn't ask Siri last video either, or Alexa, no, I definitely didn't ask Siri about this, because this was my next bottle I wanted to review. And so now I'm going to go back and ask Alexa to pick a number between 1 and 5. So let's give it a shot. Alexa, pick a random number between 1 and 5.
Your random number between 1 and 5 is 2.
2. So that, my friends, is another bourbon. Okay. I got some time to think. Find a bourbon. Look forward to the next video. I'm going to get back on my weekly posting schedule. I will. So yeah. You guys have a fantastic rest of your Thursday evening. I hope you enjoyed everything. Pour yourself a dram. Like, subscribe, leave a comment below. Let me know your thoughts on any other Michters or, anything like that. If you guys don't want to subscribe, whatever, just hit that like button for me. And yeah, have a great night, guys.